All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Please invite your friends, and soon we will be live on air with our friend, the Apostate Prophet. I think many of you know him already, and actually, he is with me. And like we made the call, but we did not talk yet, just to test the sound. So he will be live on air soon, and we will start. Please invite your friends. And let us do the good work for today. I made a video before this one a few minutes ago, and I don't know how many of you heard it, about the cockroaches attacking Mecca, which is obviously,
Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is the Apostate Prophet.
I think, is on air.
I hope everyone can hear me well. We have just started our live chat. Please, can everyone give me a little check if everything is okay, if it's working or not? If everyone tells me that the live chat is working, if everyone tells me that they can hear me, I will immediately start with the program.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is the Apostate Prophet. I hope everyone we have
Wonderful. So, as some of you might know, I've had some recent health issues, some recent problems. I've had an anxiety problem, a little anxiety disorder that I developed on the in the recent days. That's why I made a little stop with my whole videos, with my live chats, with everything. I also canceled all the video live chats that I made with everyone else. But since I set up this live chat with Christian Prince before, and since he doesn't show his face, we decided to just make this an audio call, so there is no problem with this at all. We can just go ahead. He will be talking most of the time anyway. I will take questions from all of you. You will not be able to see me in this one. As said, it is an audio live chat. And that's all. And if everyone is ready, I will just go ahead and introduce Christian Prince immediately. Christian Prince has his own YouTube channel called The Arabian Prophet. I talked about it before. He makes great work. He debates Muslims live on his channel. He has a lot of knowledge on Islam, a lot of knowledge on Islam. I'm saying this really meaning it. He has a degree in Islamic law and civil law. He has published books on Islam. He has made so many studies on Islam. And very often, whenever he debates Muslims, we see very often that he basically wins the debates, what we call winning. Without going any further, let me just start talking to him right away. Hello, Christian Prince. How are you?
Hey, my friend, I'm fine. Thank you very much for having me in your channel, and we appreciate having you too. Thank you.
Wonderful. Can you tell me if I introduced you correctly? Is there anything you want to add about yourself? You have a degree in Islamic law and civil law. You have studied Islam very much. You speak Arabic and so on. Do you want to add anything to that?
I will leave the rest of the career to the Muslims to tell us what they think about me, and then we will see.
Wonderful. Nice introduction.
Yeah.
So, many of you have asked me so often to invite Christian Prince on my channel. Finally, he's here. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. The first thing I would like to talk about with you, Christian Prince, how open are you about your privacy? Would you like to tell us more about where you exactly come from, like country-wise or region-wise, how you acquired your knowledge, your scholarship, your information on Islam and otherwise?
Well, I'm a Middle Eastern for sure, which means they call me Arab, and Arabic is my first language. And I have my degree in Islamic law, but my knowledge have nothing to do really with my degree, because in Islamic universities, they teach you nothing about what Islam is about. They teach you only what they want you to learn. So most of the knowledge I earned, it's my own work and on my own study. Same time, I don't really share much about information about myself, because I like privacy. It's not because anything else. I mean, I like to be I'm a private person, you know. I like freedom. The second you are a person who is, let us say, a public face, then wherever you go, even like you will have either people who like you or people who hate you. So I prefer to stay away from both, who like me and who hate me, and enjoy life better.
I can very much understand that. I can very much deal with that. Well, as you might see, I chose a quite different approach to the public. I just made myself completely public, although I'm an ex-Muslim. I show my face and so on, but I see very much why you would choose to be private, because now that I show my face, I show my name and so on, it is really unbelievable how much abuse, how much insults, how much private investigations into my life take place because I criticize Islam. Why do you think is that? Why do you think Islam is the only religion that we can't properly criticize without getting so much backlash, without getting so much hate, so much persecution from the believers? Why is Islam the only religion that has this big problem?
You know, Muhammad, he said, I've been victorious by terror. And terror have many faces. They try to intimidate you. You know, even when you debate Muslims, you don't notice a debate, you notice an intimidation process. They try to intimidate you, make a mockery of you, make you feel that you are not safe, not secure. So you might lose, and maybe they can shut you up. So the whole idea is, if I can scare you, then you lost. And this is why Muhammad, he focused on terrorism, because terrorism is the way to win fast. You do not need to debate with anyone. You just put a sword in the neck of the person and he convert. So there's no need for debate. There's no need for who's right, who's wrong. The one who is in charge of terror is the one who should win. But you know, those things are not working anymore. So the Muslim, they try maybe to harass you as a person, try to put you down, try to speak about you in or creating stories about you, hoping that nobody will take you into consideration no more, and they will not, like, you will lose your credit. So even they will be willing to fabricate the stories about you. You know what I mean? It's just in order to make you look bad.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they tell you even things like, if you are a former Muslim, they tell you stuff like you were never a real Muslim to begin with. You have no credentials, this and that. No one will believe you, and so on. If you never were a Muslim, but if you start criticizing Islam, then they say, oh, you have a completely, evil agenda, a vile agenda against Islam, and so on and so forth. And the only thing we actually do is just criticize Islam. The funny thing is, I bring this up very often. We see so many critics of Christianity online. There are probably so many critics of Christianity online, so much more than there are critics of Islam online. And yet we have this great problem with criticizing Islam. But I want to go back to something you just said at the very beginning, which is that you acquired most of your knowledge about Islam from by yourself, not from Islamic education. I would say, as a former Muslim, I totally agree with that. You know, like Muslims tell me nowadays, Muslim apologists tell me nowadays very often that that I don't have any degree in any Islamic field, which is why I shouldn't be trusted as an expert on Islam. But the thing is, I educated myself in Islam very much, and you did the same. And we do this for a reason, because I grew up in Islam, and most things I learned about Islam are positive things about Islam. No one told me extensively about Aisha's age, about how the marriage stuff really works, about how divorce really works, about how wife beating really works, about all the hadith concerning, cursing the disbelievers, cursing the Jews and the Christians, fighting all the people until everyone agrees that Allah is the only God and that Muhammad is his only messenger, and so on. What is your observation when you bring up these points on your channel, on other platforms to Muslims? What do you see coming from the Muslim side? Do you see more of an apologist approach to that? Do you see denial? What can you say about that with your experience?
Muslims, for me, is like a kid who he thought that his toy is the best, and he was worshiping it for long. And then when you show him how stupid it is, the toy he have in his hand, he start calling you names and screaming and even threatening you. But sooner or later, they notice that their toy is stupid. As an example, I'm just talking to you now, and a Muslim, he challenged me to read chapter 3, verse number 61, which is one of the most funny verses in the Quran. And this is how funny they are. How you are a Muslim and you say to me, read this verse. Here you see the Christians, they are debating Muhammad, and they ask Muhammad to come into debate. And the Christian, they have knowledge. This is why the Quran called them people of the book. And the Quran never called the Muslims people of the book, even though they claim that they have one. But the funny, they are not called in their own book people of the book. So in chapter 3, verse number 61, Muhammad, because he have a disability, the same disability we see today from the Muslims who claim to have knowledge, he said to the Christians, come, bring your family, bring your women, I bring my women, bring your children, I bring my children, bring your yourself, and bring myself, and let us invoke the one, invoke the curse of Allah and those who they are lying. And here you will notice that if a Muslim is not mature in the way of thinking, I don't blame him because he is following a prophet who is not mature in his thinking. If somebody want to debate you, what kind of debate this is? To say to him, bring your wife and I bring my wives, bring your children's and I bring my children's, and let us have a cursing party, and let us curse the one who is lying. Here you will notice that Muhammad is giving us a great example of the low IQ and not being mature as an adult. Because if somebody want to debate you, I mean, why Muslims don't practice the debate of Muhammad? Based on this, I will take the microphone. I will say in front. Let us say you are still Muslim and I am a Christian. I say, I swear by Allah, I invoke a curse of Allah to cut my nose if I am lying. And then you take the microphone. You say, may Allah make a car go over me if I am lying. And then I take the mic again, and I say, may Allah close the door of the van over my fingers if I'm lying. I mean, this is the most stupid debate ever. So invoke the curse of Allah on those who they are lying. But who said that they are lying? You see, if somebody he is a Buddha and he is debating me about his God, he is not lying, for he believe in that. Yes, for me what he believe in is a lie, but he himself is not a liar. So here Muhammad is giving us a clear reception, or let us say presentation of himself. He is a person who feel guilty and he knew that he's a liar. So he want to invoke curse on the lying to prove that he is not a liar. It's the same as someone, working in prostitution. She want to take an oath that she is not a prostitute, even though there's nobody accused her to be a prostitute yet. But because she knew what she have and she knew what she is, so she want to invoke curse on the one, so that will make you believe that she is not what you think. And here we see that Muslims are the same. The Muslims, they cannot debate us, so they invoke curse. I hope I did answer you based on the Quran.
Absolutely.
So we learn this. This is how we learn about Islam. Islam is not something legitimate. First of all, there's no legitimacy in this cult, and there's no rules. The rules is just a collection of rules Muhammad he put it together, and the Muslims themselves are confused which one to follow and which one is not to follow, because they keep saying this one is abrogated, this one is not abrogated. It's a madness. So Islam is not really something you can learn in a school. In a school, everybody praise Allah, everybody praise Muhammad. That's it. Anything else is not there. In the school, you can ask questions about silly stuff. As an example, you can ask, can I shave my underarm? Then you will see how many volunteers they will answer you. But the second you question who is Allah, they will kick you out from the school. So when the question is silly, everybody want to answer you. When the question is serious, you will suffer.
Wonderful. A very sophisticated answer, actually. I would like to get with you into some of those lies that that we call lies that Muslim apologists tell us nowadays. I think I wouldn't say that everyone lies to us. I would say that many of those, that many Muslim believers tell us things that are lies while completely believing that they are true. One of those examples, for example, is that the Bible and the Torah, or the Bible altogether, the Jewish and Christian scripture, were completely falsified, and therefore that somehow is a justification for Islam to be a superior, to be the only true religion. When you get into further talks with that, you see that that many Muslims don't actually have any defensive standpoints on that. I mean, they don't actually have any well-substantiated points that they can use in that argument to make their argument in any way stronger. What would you say to those Muslims who claim that the scripture of the Christians and Jews were falsified by Christians and Jews, and that Islam was necessary because Islam brought everyone the right answer? What is your main argument against that point?
Actually, this is a wonderful accusation, because this accusation is going to be against Islam, not against us. Remember, the Muslim believe that the Quran confirmed that the one who sent the Injil and the Torah is Allah. And if the Muslim is saying to me that the Injil of Allah is corrupt, so what's my problem? Obviously, he is shooting himself in the foot. He is saying to me, I have a funny God, his name is Allah. He keeps sending books, but he cannot keep even one copy of them to be accurate. And here we notice that the Muslim, the second you say that to him, he switched from attacking the Bible to change the topic. He will not talk about attacking the Bible is corrupt no more, because this is not an answer he was waiting for. He's waiting for you to say, oh no, we have many manuscript, etc. No, don't do that. Don't waste your time. Let the Muslim say that 1,000 times, because by saying that, who in the world want to follow our God? He sent 124,000 prophet, and only one prophet they claim that his book is preserved. I mean, that is the most stupid God ever. Because imagine if I hire Allah to work in a library, a librarian, and then I'd say to Allah, I will give you this library and it's full of 124,000 books. And then after 1,000 years I come back and I found in the shelf there's only one book. So who is the stupid here? Me or the God who could not preserve his own book? Because remember, those are not my books. You see, when a Muslim, he says to me, your Bible, I mean, I don't have a Bible. This is the book of God, supposedly, right? It's not my book. So when you say to me your book, this is silly. Actually, even the Quran itself calling us people of the book. And here you will find another stupid issue. How our book is corrupt, but yet you call our book, you call us people of the book. It's like saying the guy, he don't have camel, but the guy with the camel. But we don't have a camel anymore. So why you call us people, the people with the camel? You know what I mean? So they don't have they don't have intelligence. In the same time, as long we can show tons of verses from the Quran speaking clearly that the book which is given to the Christians supposedly never been corrupt, because the Quran says it clearly to confirm what is with them. And as long you are confirming what is with them, then you know that's mean you are confirming what is with them, and what is with them is the book, the Torah, and the gospel. So how you confirm what is with them, but yet the book is corrupt? You see, like as an example, chapter 2 verse number 89, chapter 2 verse number 91, chapter 2 verse 101, chapter 2 verse number 213. I mean, you know, tons of verses saying it clearly that the Quran confirm what they have with them in their possession, as we see. Actually, I'm showing it in my screen in my channel. So the Quran confirm what is in their possession. So when the Muslim, he says that, he is speaking even against his Quran, speaking with no knowledge except stupidity and being a fool. And okay, if you want to be a fool, be a fool. So when a Muslim, he say that the Bible is corrupt, I advise the Christian not to say no. Say to him, thank you very much, your God book is corrupt, and you will see how his face will change in a second. Same time, as long the Torah and the Bible is corrupt, how Muhammad, he take an oath on in the Torah, as we see in this is Sahih Hadith. Muhammad, he the Jews, they ask him about an issue of adultery, and Muhammad, he told them, bring the Torah for me. And then he, after they brought the Torah for him, he placed the cushion, you know, the one he was sitting in. After he brought the Torah, he said to them, okay, bring it. They brought it to it, and he withdrew the cushion from beneath of him, and he placed the Torah, saying, I believe in thee and in the one who revealed thee. Here Muhammad actually not only confirming the Torah is not corrupt, he is converting to Judaism, and he is taking Shahada. Because when you say that you are a prophet of Allah and you are swearing by the book saying, I believe in thee, and that is the Torah, and by the one who sent thee, which is Jehovah, that's when Muhammad here trying to make himself look like a Jew, converting to Judaism officially. And he did not take an oath by Allah, because the one who sent the Torah is not Allah. This is the Torah of the Jew. This is not the Torah of Muhammad. So here Muhammad, he was trying to say he is a Jew, trying to convince them that he is one of them in order to make the Jews support him. But after a while, when he noticed that the Jews will not believe him anyway, he decided to flee and to try, start killing them. And because that's it, he gave up. So everything the Muslims they speak about, when they speak about corruption, it is for our benefit, not for their benefit. I have no problem if a Muslim says to me that the book of Allah is corrupt, because, well, obviously your God is a shish kebab. Anyone can corrupt his book. And the same happened for the Torah and the Quran. You say, it says the Quran that Allah he gave the Torah to the rabbis to protect the Torah, but the rabbis did not protect it. And this is, and it says actually in here that Allah he entrusted the rabbi. So Allah trusted the rabbi, and his trust was a failure. That's mean Allah cannot be God, because when I say I trust you, that's mean I made a decision of trust, and that's mean there's no way you will not be trustworthy, especially that the one who trusts is God. So obviously Allah cannot be God, and
okay,
the Muslims
some Muslims say about the whole argument, about the whole that the Quran itself says that the books have been protected. Many Muslims would say that those verses don't refer to the Bible, that they only refer to the Quran, because it is a new declaration in the Quran. That's why such a declaration that no one can change Allah's word, that no one can change Allah's books, refers only to the Quran, not to the Bible.
Yeah, but what we would do
I'm
then,
sure you have heard that argument very often.
Yeah, but what we will do with the verses saying that we send a book confirming to what is with them. I mean, confirming what is with them. How you confirm what is with them if what is with them is not confirmed? I mean, it says مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا مَعَهُمْ. We confirm what is with them, as simple as that. So they cannot say we don't confirm it if Allah himself he confirm it. Same time, let us say that Allah he decided to protect only his book. Who is the silly here? What kind of God he is silly? He favor some of his book over other books. Is that our problem? If we go in the Quran, as an example, in chapter 5 verse number 44, in chapter 5 verse number 44, it says that Allah he entrusted the Jews to protect and to preserve the scriptures. Okay, when Allah he did that, did he make the wrong decision? Because if I hand you a book and I say to you, I trust you to protect it, and then after some time I come back and I found that you did not protect the book, now I'm going to blame who? I'm going to blame the Jews, or I will blame myself as God. This is the Muslim translation in front of us on the screen. It says it was we who revealed the law, which is the book of Moses. Therein was guidance and light. By the standard have been judged the Jews, by the prophet who bowed as between two brackets as in Islam to Allah will, by the rabbis and the doctor of the law, for them was entrusted the protection of Allah book. And here we notice that the Quran again making a stupid mistake, because if Allah is the one who made a decision to trust in the Jews to protect the book, and the Muslim they say to us that Allah is all knowledgeable, all knowing, and he knew the future, that's mean he should know that the Jews are not trustworthy, and he should not give them such a job, because at the end of the day this is his book. So here when he said I trust you and the trust failed, that's mean Allah he do not know the future.
That basically means that Allah made a mistake, that the almighty, all-knowing Allah made a mistake in choosing the wrong people.
Yes, especially he said the trust, because you see, when you take your money to the bank, why you don't take it to your neighbor? You take it to the bank because you trust the bank. You don't trust your neighbor, right? So in the bank, the whole idea of banking, that you trust that place because there is a guarantee from the government up to $200,000. If the bank go bankruptcy, the government will pay you back your money. So we entrust the bank to give our money to the bank because the bank cannot get away with it. So the trust here is established, is confirmed. Now Allah, when he say I entrusted the Jews in protection of the book, and then the Muslim they say to us that the Jews they corrupt the book, that's mean that the trust decision of Allah was a big stupid mistake, and Allah cannot be God, because God he knew the future.
Okay, so to make a little recap about the whole thing is that as many Muslims know, even those who are watching right now and making nasty comments, as many Muslims know, every Muslim learns from childhood, from very early ages, that the scripture of the Christians and the Jews were falsified by the Christians and the Jews, and that's why Islam came down, the only true religion came down, and Allah protected his Quran forever, and it can never be changed. But this argument also implies that Allah, when he chose the Jews as his chosen people, as his chosen good people, when he chose them, that Allah made a mistake. Now, the average Muslim would say, no, it's not a mistake. It's just a presentation so that every one of us can see that even the highest people, that even the most blessed people can make big mistakes and turn toward falsehood. But that is not a really good argument, because that really didn't have to happen. That would mean that Allah wasted everyone's time, that Allah wasted thousands of years, at least 3,000 of years, trusting the wrong people on earth, trusting the Jews, when in the end the Jews would turn away from Allah. That would really mean that Allah chose the wrong people. This either means that Allah can't make good choices, that Allah makes wrong choices, that Allah trusts the wrong people, or this means that Allah deliberately set this up and made his own chosen people, the Jews, all go to hell and be condemned forever. There is no way out of this. This is not a rational argument. So Muslims usually don't think about this, because they just learn this as some kind of story, as some kind of backstory of Islam, and as some kind of justification against while the Jews and the Christians are wrong, and Islam is eternally right, and so on. But when you think further about the logic behind this, it either turns out that Allah is not really very smart, and he should be very smart because he's the Almighty Allah, or that he had a pretty evil plan for humankind that no other person in this world in our time would morally agree with. So really, when we talk about the whole thing about the Bible being corrupted by the Christians and the Jews, it is really not a good argument in favor of Islam. It is a very big argument against Islam, because it makes Islam look very, very weak, and it makes the proposed God of Islam, Allah, look very either low intelligence or quite evil in his plans. But I think everyone got the point. I would like to take some super chats here. Some people made some super chats. Thank you so much, Christian Prince. There are some super chats by S. LaRock, who said, Christian Prince, you have so many great sound bites. I'd love to make Abdul t-shirts. Others include shut up, son of Butak, got you busted. That's for you. I think there's no question attached to that. Another super chat by Mr. Werewolf Dude. By the way, if you don't want to attach questions to your super chats, I would suggest you do that, because don't waste a super chat. Make a super chat with a question so that we can come together and answer those questions. Someone else said, Kafir Linda Clark, thank you so much, Linda, for being here as always, said, Apostate Prophet and Christian Prince are a miracle, hearing you both together. Hallelujah. Jill17 said, you are doing good work. AP, thank you so much, Jill17. And then here's a question among the super chats by James Barrick, who made a super chat and said, can you briefly explain the difference between Shia and Sunni? Thanks. I think this is a good opportunity for you, Christian Prince, to talk a bit about the differences between Shia and Sunnis, and to also use that point to explain us what went wrong with Islam and what went wrong in the history of Islam. The question is, can you briefly explain the difference between Shia and Sunni? You have the microphone.
Thank you. Well, I don't see really too much different. It's just about how who is going to be more crazy and more infected with the virus. It's like each one of them, he have his own. It's like a one coin, but have two faces. It's the same. And both of them, they are violence, by the way. But the Shia, their violence is different. They are smarter. They practice taqiyya more than the Sunni, a lot more. Otherwise, all of them, they are the same. Both they worship Muhammad. The difference is the Shia, they worship all the family of Muhammad. The Muslim Sunni, they worship Muhammad only, and they focus on him to be the star in the forehead of Allah. The Shia, they believe that there's all the family of Muhammad, Ali and Muhammad and his daughter Fatima and her children, All of them, they used to be, they are not even a human. They are created from light. And the Sunni, somehow they believe in the same, but they have different approach. So both of them, they believe in the same thing. All the fight is that the Sunni, they supported the ones who fought Ali and his family, and the Shia, they are against anyone who fought Ali. So it is about power, because Islam is a religion of power. Seeking power is not about God. So Ali wanna be Khalifa, Uthman wanna be Khalifa, Umar wanna be a Khalifa, Abu Bakr wanna be a Khalifa. So all of them, they are fighting over power, and we see that right away from the early stage of Islam, the Muslims killing each other, to the point Uthman, the Muslim, they read his Quran today, supposedly they claim that this is his Quran. Not only they killed him, they cut his head, and before they do that, they took the hair of his beard one by one, making fun of him, torturing him. And after they killed him, they drag him in the street. And after that, they refused to bury him in any graveyard in the town. And this is the caliphate, who Muhammad, he promised him to go to heaven just because he gave him money. So Shia and Sunni, it is the same cult, the same madness, but they sponsor different politicians. So the Sunni, they sponsor Abu Bakr and his gang, and the Shia, they sponsor Ali and his gang. And now Islam is not about Muhammad anymore. It's about Abu Bakr and his gang and whoever after, and about Ali and his gang and whoever come after. So it's two gang fighting each other.
There's also a lot of hostilities still going on. There were so many more hostilities in the past, like, I don't know, a few centuries ago, concerning the Sunni Caliphate fighting against the Shia Imamate, and the other way around. Sometimes one had the upper power, sometimes the other had the upper power. The word taqiyya, by the way, which is also very often brought up by opponents of Islam, is something that has not originated within Shia Islam, but that has become very, very strong within Shia Islam. I want to explain that in a different dedicated episode, but the deal is basically that the deal is basically that the Shia have been so much persecuted by the Sunni Muslims that they started to develop this strategy of lying to Sunni Muslims in identifying themselves as Sunni Muslims. So a Shia Muslim walks around within the Sunni people of his country, and whenever someone asks him what he believes in, he would say, "I am a Sunni Muslim. I'm a Hanifi. I'm this. I'm that." So they wouldn't out themselves as Shia Muslims, so they wouldn't be killed by Sunni Muslims, or wouldn't be persecuted, wouldn't be, disadvantaged by Sunni Muslims. It also shows that Islam has been at war with itself for so many centuries, with itself, not only with others. So when Muslim apologists nowadays, especially moderate Muslims, or especially fundamentalist Muslims today, come out and claim that the Islamic world is only in such big misery nowadays because of the West, and because of how the West bombs the Islamic world and so on, that is a complete lie. Not only has the Islamic world been at a jihad, in a fight against the non-Muslim world, against the rest of the world for centuries, the Islamic world has also been fighting itself among each other for centuries. The Shia-Sunni divide has been going on since only less than a century after Muhammad's death, and only a century ago, only 1 or 2 centuries ago, have they started calming a little bit down and tolerating each other a little bit. But if you go to Iran, or if you go to, I would give Iraq as a very nice example. If you go to Iraq and you have discussions with Sunni Muslims and Shia Muslims, you can still see in very basic, casual, daily talks, daily conversations, that the two hate each other. I, for example, have been to Iraq several times, and whenever I was there, without ever bringing up the topic, when I sat down with someone from the other side, I always heard curses against the other side, like from a Shia Muslim against a Sunni Muslim, or from a Sunni Muslim against a Shia Muslim. The divide has been going on forever. So while some people in the West especially try to sell us the notion that Islam is all about peace and tolerance, and that Muslims among themselves are completely peaceful if the evil West, if America only left them alone, the reality is completely different. In reality, there are so many different sides, especially the Sunni and the Shia, who still hate each other and who still fight each other wherever they can. The only thing now is that the Islamic world is so much inferior to the Western world, and that's why they are trying to calm a little bit down and trying to be a little bit more diplomatic rather than just fighting and killing each other. I thought that was an important note to add. Anyway, everyone, if you want to direct more questions, you can use a super chat, or you can just type your question in the comments. I will try to compile your questions and ask them to Christian Prince, or also include them in my own talks. Christian Prince.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. There have been some questions about your belief. You are a Christian, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know. I've seen here someone saying that you are an atheist and that you sell yourself as a Christian or something like that. That's complete nonsense, you say, right?
Yeah. Well, I am an atheist, and the way I like banana is that will make them prove that I'm an ape. I am an atheist somehow. People are funny. In the last month, we have at least 30 people left Islam in my channel, and many of them they accepted the Christ. So how I will be in the world? I will be an atheist. That will be funny. Yeah. But anyway,
I could say the same with pride about my own work. By the way, we receive so many messages from Muslims who say that that they are thankful that they have left Islam, that they have either become Christians or they have gone a different path. So it's really absolutely great when you see people typing insults and stuff in the comment section. You would think that the Muslim world is only completely outraged with us, but many are only outraged because so many are leaving Islam due to these talks, and that is a great thing to do, Christian Prince. So I would like to ask you at this point, why did you decide to do this? Why did you decide to go out and talk to Muslims and debate them?
well, you know, since I was a young kid, if you try to learn about Islam, nobody want to talk about it, and if you are born of a Christian family, they don't even like to talk about it because they're afraid that their kids might be involved in a trouble if they speak about it. You know, it's a very risky religion. You know, so I decide to study so I can find answers first for myself. When a Muslim he says to me what we hear every day these days, and I don't know how to answer him. I have no idea what he's talking about, so I decide to study. So I decided to study Islamic law, and that helped me just to understand you know, let's say the structures of Islam as a cult, but did not really give me too much knowledge as know what is deep inside the cult. The knowledge you have to search yourself and study and etc. And now, as you see, the Muslims are in this ability. Almost sometime in the same day, I receive between 2 to 3 Muslims leaving Islam, and most of them they leave Islam and they accept Christ even sometime live on air. And the reason for that, the Muslims they got shocked when they hear what Islam is about, and they never heard this before. And each time I speak to a Muslim, he said to me the same sentence: I never heard this before. I never heard this before. Well, you never heard this before because nobody want to tell you about this before, for this is not good to say. The same as in the Quran, chapter 5 verse 101 says, ask not questions, and verse 102 it says why, because if you ask those questions, same questions, people of former generation left Islam because of them. So don't ask, don't tell. This is what Islam is about. So Islam can stand as long you know there's somebody want to force Islam on you. There's a sword. If you leave, we want to kill you. Actually, while we are chatting now, there's a guy he posted in your chat. His name, I think, Abdul Rahman al-Dakhil. He said that for every ex-Muslim you should know, soon you will lose your head. You know, and this is how they can keep Islam surviving. You will leave Islam, you will lose your head. But they cannot answer you, they cannot refute you, they cannot prove you wrong. So they threat you to. This is why when Muhammad died, the same day Muhammad died, thousands and thousands of people left Islam. So what Abu Bakr he did, you know, the Muslim after Muhammad, after he died, people they start leaving Islam. They decide to launch a war. It's called the War of Apostate, and I'm sure you know about it.
Yeah, the wars.
Yeah, why people they decide to leave? Simply because he forced them into Islam, and even the Quran he confirmed that. So Islam cannot stand questions, not only criticism. Normal question, a very simple question. As long like I have in the screen now, the Kaaba. If we ask the Muslims, you say you are not a pagan, so why you kiss a black stone? They say because the Prophet kissed it. Okay, why the Prophet kissed it? Because it's holy. Why it's holy? Because the Prophet kissed it.
Very nice point, by the way. There's this hadith in which Omar, I think, or Uthman, I don't know which one. No, it's Omar, yeah, where he says to the black stone in the hadith, I know that you are of no benefit to me. If I didn't see the Prophet kiss you, I wouldn't kiss you. That's what Omar says in the hadith, right?
Yes.
If you confirm that, I guess.
But this is
absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, but this is a problem here, because simply that's mean Umar, he confirmed that Muhammad either a liar or he's a hypocrite, because why he is kissing a stone is useless. They are just following it blindly. Same time, that will prove Muhammad to be a liar, because Muhammad, he told the Muslims, if you even touch the stones, not even kiss it, the two corners, if you touch them, the Yemeni corner and the black stone corner, if you touch them, those they forgive your sin. And then here we need to ask ourselves, how in the world touching stones can forgive sin if you are not a pagan? And this is what makes it more funny, that the Muslim, they claim that we are, as a Christians, me myself, you are not Christian, me myself is a pagan because we are not Muslims. But they are the one who believe in touching stones, touching those stones erase their sin. So who is the pagan here? So the stone, not only stone, I mean, the Muslims, they kiss a stone, they bow in front of a stone, they go around the stone, and they pray in the direction of the stone. So what if this is not paganism? What is paganism?
Absolutely. I would like to say this again to everyone, to every Muslim who's listening. You might not be informed about this, or your scholars, your local imams might tell you that this is something very beautiful, very nice when you tell you about it. But there truly is a hadith where Umar says that he would not kiss the black stone because from the black stone there can be no benefit to him. But he is kissing the black stone because Muhammad kissed the black stone. This is an absolutely ridiculous hadith. If you look at it, if you think a bit further about it, without relying on the weird interpretations of your local imams, when you think about this hadith, it implies that the black stone is really of no benefit to you at all. We are talking about the black stone which is attached to the Kaaba in Mecca. And he also very clearly says that he is only kissing the black stone because Muhammad kissed the black stone. So, you know, nowadays many Muslims come out to tell us that that Islam has so many practices that are completely beneficial to humans, that are in some way spiritually or physically beneficial to all of us. They try to tell us about science miracles in the Hadith and the Quran and so on. But there is this Hadith. Why don't Muslims talk about that? The Hadith clearly says that the stone has no benefit at all, but Umar is only kissing it because Muhammad kissed the stone. So you are doing an absolutely unnecessary and absolutely nonsensical practice that was only practiced by pre-Islamic pagans before, by pre-Islamic polytheists before, that the Quran hates so much. And this practice has been adopted without any doubt into Islam, into the Quran, into Islam. And Muslims are practicing this in masses now when they go to the Hajj, to Mecca. This is really ridiculous. So every Muslim who is watching, every Muslim who is going to hear this, please think about this for 1 second and think of anything useful that you have in your head about this. It will be, you will probably end up with the same conclusion. There is something wrong with Islam.
If I have any of my books, I have 2 new books I published not long time ago. It's called Six and Allah, variant number 1 and variant number 2. You will see that the black stone, and this is all from the history books of Islam, not from my own, that women before Islam, they used to go to the black stone, which is considered as a vagina. It is the fertility god. It used to have a clitoris inside it. They used to go and they put their hand over their vagina when they have their period, and then they place their hand inside the black stone, praying to Allah, which is the moon god, to make them get pregnant so they can have babies. And this is why Muhammad, he said that the black stone used to be white like milk, and then the sin of mankind made it black. Why? Because when women, they place their blood, those people believe that when the woman, she is not getting pregnant because simply she commit a sin, God is angry. So now what she do, she go to the Kaaba, she put her hand over her private part when she is bleeding from period, and then she put her hand inside the black stone, and then she pray to Allah to get pregnant, and then the man after that, he will come and they do hak. Actually, the hajj was not hajj, it is hak. Hak means scratching. The male, they used to scratch their penis inside the black stone after the female they pass by. So your wife, she go first, she put her hand over her vagina with the blood in her hand, she placed her hand inside the black stone. Then the guy, after that, the husband supposedly, or the spouse, he go and he place his penis in the black stone and he scratched the black stone with it, and then supposedly that will help them to have babies because that will make Allah happy. So this is a very demonic, satanic, pagan cult. Same time, when the Muslim, they say to us that this is a holy stone, and all of them they agree. Even Muhammad, he said that the black stone is going to have 2 eyes and tongue in the judgment day, and is going to speak our sin. So Muhammad, he claimed that this stone is a living stone. It's not just a stone, it's a living stone. Even there's a hadith says that the black stone is the right hand of Allah. All of this lead us to one thing, that this is nothing but a pure paganism. So when a Muslim, he speak there's a guy in the chat, he said, why you kiss the cross? First of all, kissing the cross have nothing to do with the teaching of Jesus. If somebody do it, this is his business. But Jesus nowhere says kiss the cross. So we are talking about Muhammad kissing a stone. We are not talking about Jesus kissing cross. You know what I mean? So if you want to compare between the teaching of the founder and the I'm not accusing Muslims that they kiss a stone and that will make them pagan. I am saying Muhammad himself is kissing the stone. So because if you kiss a stone and Muhammad don't tell you to do that, then I cannot say Islam is teaching you that. But if you kiss a stone following the steps of your prophet, and you believe that this is a holy stone, and by the way, there's nothing left of the black stone. The black stone the Muslims they have today in the Kaaba, after Al-Qurmuti, he destroyed the Kaaba and he screamed in the middle of the Kaaba saying to Allah, where is your birds? If you remember, there's a chapter, it's called the chapter of the elephant, where supposedly Allah, he sent an army of army of a bird to destroy an army of elephant. And then why? Because this is his house. I mean, you cannot destroy the house of Allah. No way. Allah will not let you do it. So in chapter 105, very small chapter, it's called the chapter of the elephant, very funny chapter, is claiming that Allah, he sent an army of birds to destroy an army of elephants was coming from Ethiopia to destroy the Kaaba. And this is very funny because Al-Qurmuti, he destroyed the black stone, destroyed the Kaaba. He took the black stone and then he made it pieces. And actually the Muslim now, they don't have a black stone. If you go and check the pictures, you will find that the black stone now is a small 8 pieces, and they glue it together with expensive wax with nice perfume to make it stay together, and they have to do maintenance almost every few days to keep the black stone from being stolen.
It has been destroyed before Islam, and it has been destroyed several times after Islam. So it's really ridiculous.
And you know, Al-Qurmuti, by the way, you said that the Sunni, they always persecute the Shia, correct? Not always. The Shia actually, the Shia,
not always, for a long time.
Yeah, but the Shia, they did the same. It's about who is in the power. The one in the power,
of course.
he humiliated the other one, and then they will find themselves they have to use the taqiyya. So during the time, and this is what Islam work. I mean, can you imagine that all of Egypt used to be Shia? How they became all of them Sunni in one day? Simply, you change the king. You change the king, everybody falls into the new belief. Who dare to say no? So when the Shia controlling Egypt, the Shia, they were doing the same humiliation for the Sunni. When the Sunni controlled until now, the Sunni now are the majority in Egypt. The Shia very little. So if you are a Shia and you live in Egypt, actually not 2 years ago or 3 years ago, they killed a Shia sheikh, and they drag his body, and then they cut him pieces. And the government, they could not do really anything about it. And this is why, because they are a small, tiny Shia minority. But if you go to Iraq, the story is the same, but the opposite. If you are a Sunni, they will kill you, they will drag you in the street, and if you are a Shia who live in Iraq but in a Sunni area, they will do the same to you. You know, like this what happened during the time of ISIS. They go in the street and they shoot anyone as a Shia just because he's a Shia. So it's an ugly cult, and they practice what they learned from their God.
By the way, that's also when ISIS persecutes minorities like the Shia in Islamic regions, they do that completely based on Islamic texts. They do that completely based on Islamic hadith that they also cite. One very important hadith that exists that ISIS has cited forever is even a prophecy by Muhammad about the future, where Muhammad said that in the future there will be people who will pray, who will act like Muslims, who will dress like Muslims, and so on. But their faith will not go beyond their throat, or something like that. I don't know. You might know the wording a little bit better. But the hadith literally says, wherever you find them, kill them. This is what the hadith literally says, and this is an end time prophecy in Islam, and that's also what ISIS cites when they go around and kill Shia Muslims and other people. So it's really ridiculous once you get into these into all these topics. Once you approach Islam a bit skeptically, all the disgusting stuff that you find out about Islam, all the disgusting stuff that they don't tell you about Islam when you are a little child who grows up in a Muslim family. I mean, I was subject to the same way of education. We have been told from childhood that this is a beautiful religion, this is the truth of all time, and so on. But once you grow up and once you look into the things, into the matter by yourself, you will find out so much cancer in your Islamic sources that it will make your stomach turn. So, as said, by the way, a little anecdote to what Christian Prince said. Egypt and a very large Muslim region was once ruled by the Shia Muslims. It was called the Fatimid Caliphate at one time. In other times, it was under different names. And the Shia even ruled over Mecca and Medina. Many Muslims think that is something impossible because they believe that the lands have been under their own true guide forever. But that's not true. Mecca and Medina have been ruled by the Shia, and Sunni Muslims consider Shia Muslims not Muslims. They consider them kuffar. They consider them munafiq, so which means heretics or hypocrites. So I don't know. We have said so many things that tell us that the basic education that a Muslim receives is completely false, as it turns out when you study Islam by yourself. And this is just one of those things. It's really crazy. So every Muslim who is listening, please open your book, open your Quran, open your Hadith books, and start reading it by yourself. If you really need to get a second opinion, if you really need to listen to scholars, read the interpretation, read the exegesis, the tafsir of Ibn Kathir. You will find so much disgusting stuff in that. You will probably join me in criticizing Islam in the future if you do that. Or you will join Christian Prince in criticizing Islam. I don't know, whoever you join. By the way, a short thing to say, if you want to make a super chat, guys, please, I can't see the super chats that you make on Christian Prince's channel. We have the live chat open on both of our channels. I can only see the ones that you make on my channel. So I'm sorry if I miss those on the other side. But let me quickly squeeze those in for you, Christian Prince. Falco XTZ said, did you know that Blackstone got destroyed and robbed? Yes, we just talked about it. Thank you so much, Falco. Misty Radical Love Miranda said, do you think that Muhammad might have got different revelations than what his followers put in on the original Quran? We love you both. Thank you both. Well, thank you so much, Miranda. I would say that that we don't even know what Muhammad really received, that we don't even know what Muhammad really said, because the Quran that we read today is completely based on what other people after him present us, what Uthman after Muhammad put into the Quran. There might have been so many more things inside the Quran. There have been actually, according to Islamic beliefs, some things in the Quran that have been later abrogated and removed from the Quran. And there might have been so many more things missing from the Quran, or so many more things added into the Quran. Christian Prince, what will you say about this?
Well, I don't really care if the Quran was original, is still original or not, or it is corrupt, because I cannot prove the corrupt to be corrupted twice, and there's no point of it. I believe this is a false book anyway, and the Quran is filled with the stories proving that this is a false book. A God who says that the sperm is coming from the ribs of the women cannot be God. Women have no sperm. A God who says the man have a sperm coming from his backbone. This is very silly, and all of us, we know what testicles do. A God who do not even remember which one he created first, the stars or or the trees. That cannot be God. I mean, the Quran is a chain of madness. God who teaches us that He have hail coming from mountains in heaven, and this is how hail is created. This is a silly God, you know, a God who teaches in the Quran about a flying carpet for Sulaiman, and Sulaiman he have an army of genie and birds and chickens. I mean, you have to be a mad person to believe in such a fiction stories. So for me, I prefer to stay focusing in the Quran as they have it today, not in the corruption of the Quran. However, if we go as an example, there's a big scholar, his name is As-Suyuti. As-Suyuti alone, he reported that there's more than 57 corruption in the book, and the corruption we are speaking about is huge. As an example, As-Suyuti, he says, and he proved that from for sure from other Islamic scholars and reference, that the chapter of Al-Baqarah used to be equal to the chapter of Al-Ahzab, and that's mean there's hundreds of verses are missing in one chapter alone. Just one chapter alone, hundred of verses are missing. So according to according to Umar al-Khattab, that the Quran was 1,027,000 letter. That's mean there's more than 80% of the Quran is gone. Actually, even the hadith, which the Muslim Sunni they believe in, it confirmed that there's when Muhammad when Muhammad he died, Aisha, she said that the Muslims were busy with his death, and then a goat came and ate the Quran, and right now there's many verses are missing, we cannot find them. So the Quran is corrupt or not, it's a stupid book anyway. But is it corrupt? I believe nothing in the Quran is a Quran, because I believe the Quran is a collection of stories, and there's no guarantee that one word is there is coming from Muhammad. Who is Muhammad? We do not know. Like you see the Muslims, I saw videos saying that the book written by John who? The book written by Matthew who? And by the way, if you open the book of John, you will see John speaking about himself, who is he. But if we open the book of Quran to see who is Muhammad, we don't know. We do not know his name. We do not know, because Muhammad is not the name of Muhammad. This is why the Quran sometimes says Ahmad, sometimes say Mustafa, sometimes say Ahmad. So who is Muhammad? So Muhammad obviously is a nickname. Okay, who is Muhammad? We don't know.
We don't have proper historical sources about that either. For example, there was the Byzantine emperor at the time of Caliph Umar, who corresponded with him, even said that Muhammad is not even a real character, that Muhammad was probably made up, and that the religion of Islam was made up by Omar and his friends. That's what a Byzantine emperor said more than 1,000 years ago. It's a historical record.
It might be he's a real person. It might be. But but the name we have in front of us, this is not his name. If you read my books, I'll give you a reference where even the Muslims themselves, they speak that when Muhammad he was born, his grandfather he called him Qasim, not Muhammad. So nobody knows who is Muhammad. Nobody knows. If we read the book of history, you will see, even in my books, you will see that Muhammad was born 4 years after his father's death. I mean, how in the world this can happen? A guy, his father passed away 4 years before, and then he is born 4 years after his father, and then you say to me he is the son of a guy, his name is Abdullah. The father of Muhammad, his name is Abdullah, but yet he don't believe in Allah. So what does that mean? This is impossible. So what happened, I believe, that Muhammad, everything about him, he tried to hide his identity. Let's say he have a shameful identity. So Muhammad, maybe his father was if you read the names of the uncles of Muhammad, all of them, they are the slaves of one of the idols around the Kaaba, like Uzza and Lat and Al-Muttalib. So the names themselves are idols, and Muhammad's father, he must have an idol god too. So what they did, they changed the real name of Muhammad's father, because it's a shame for that will make him the son of a guy who worship Al-Uzza, as an example. So they changed it with Abdullah. Abdullah in Arabic, if you go right now in the Middle East, if somebody would not know who is he, we say Abdullah Fulan, which means unknown. We do not know really who is he. Abdullah Fulan, which means I don't know. He is a slave of Allah. You know what I mean? What the word Abdullah mean? Like if you do not know him, I asked you who is etc. I said I don't know. Abdullah. You know, he's a slave of Allah. So I do not know his first name. I do not know his last name. I do not know where he's coming from. Abdullah. So Muhammad is a son of Abdullah, but who is Abdullah? Nobody knows. Muhammad is a son of a woman, her name is Amina, but who is Amina? We do not really know much, because even the Muslim, they say that Muhammad, when he was born, his family to try to get rid of him, and that is very weird. They send him to Abada women, and they say the reason, none of the female of the family wanted to breastfeed him for Muhammad. And this is a shame, because this is a tribe and they are family. You know, the tribe, this is a tribe, this is a, you know, when we talk about tribe, those people, they die to defend each other. So how in the world not even one female should want to feed the baby who was just born? Why did they want to do that? You know, so they send him out because simply he was rejected by the family, for nobody accept the birth of this child to be the son of their you know, brother. And this is why we see Muhammad is cast away, trying to get rid of him. And then when they cast him to a Bedouin woman, Muhammad, he used to have a seizure, and he faint always. And the woman, she afraid that he will die between her hand, and they will hold her responsible for his death. So she cast him back, and she sent him back, said, I cannot have him, you take your son. So the life story of Muhammad, nothing of it makes sense. What makes sense, that because Muhammad, he was suffer a lot from females, the females of his uncles, as they claim. He hated women very much, and he wanted to seek revenge from them when he got power. This is why we see Muhammad always speaking about women as they are the devil. They are the devil. So he want to abuse them the same as they abused him when he was a child. So we see Muhammad, he says, like, even when he have sex with the women, he says that women, she approach in the image of the devil, and she leave in the image of the devil.
Yep. Okay, thank you so much. I would like to answer some questions. Time Space said something interesting. He basically said, why are there so many hadith that are so much concerning that when humans read it, they would question Islam? Did the authors of the hadith not think about these things? Well, I would briefly say many people don't really know how the hadith came into existence. The hadith are even more complicated, even more weird than how the Quran came into existence. The Quran came into existence by compiling different oral and written notes by different people who were supposedly around Muhammad when he made his revelations, which is why the origin of the Quran is so questionable. As Christian Prince said right now, there are so many complications within the Quran. We don't even know who wrote it. We don't know who the Muhammad is it talks about. We don't really know the context of many things in the Quran. There's also something very interesting that I would like every Muslim to consider, which is chapter 9 in today's Quran. According to a very authentic hadith that we can all find and see, the story of chapter 9 in the Quran is a very ambiguous backstory, because when the people were compiling the Quran, they had the chapter 9 before them, in front of them, but they didn't really know where to put that chapter. They saw the beginning of the chapter, they saw the end of the chapter, but they had no idea where to place that chapter. Some suggested to place that chapter into another chapter. Some suggested to place it between different chapters. And in the end, they came up with the solution that we have today, which is that this chapter is the 9th chapter, and it doesn't start with the regular start, which is in the name of Allah, Bismillah, as we see in other chapters. So the hadith very clearly say that the people, when they were compiling the Quran, did not know what to do with the 9th chapter, because Muhammad died before he gave them further instructions on what to do with this Quran. But when you are a Muslim, you learn that everything was completely, perfectly planned and arranged, and Allah revealed the message to the Muslims. Muhammad gave the Muslims the message, and the Muslims knew exactly what to follow and what to do. When you read the authentic hadith, you see the opposite. The people were just standing there with several papers, with several notes that they compiled, and they didn't know what to do with this one specific chapter. That's why when you read it today, it sounds very weird. I want to take 2 super chats. Michael Wilcox said Muslim scholars admitted that Bismillah is not in the old Quran. That's a very interesting thing to talk about. Just a second. MKC420 said, why do Muslims claim that a golden ratio is a Muslim miracle? I would like to give you one of those questions, Christian Prince. I would like to answer the thing about the golden ratio very quickly.
Well, the golden ratio,
for those who don't,
sorry,
yeah,
the golden ratio,
yeah.
if it's true, that proves the Trinity. because the
Well,
golden.
I would like to say very simply, the golden ratio is nothing to be to take miraculously, especially when we talk about the Quran and Islam. What Muslims do very often is that they point out the golden ratio. They say, well, you put the golden ratio on a world map, you will find Mecca in the center of it.
No, I did that. Actually, this is false. I did that, and I made a video about it. This is false. It's not true.
It's false.
It's false. Absolutely. The only way to make the Mecca, as they claim, first of all, the golden ratio based on in the calculation they try to do, it's based on fake line we made. You know what I mean? The degrees, the divide of the earth, it is us we made. This is not real. So so when we say we say your location now in the map based on satellite, this is not real. This is a map we created. This is nothing to do with Allah.
Yes.
So if you want to measure that based on this, that would be you are stupid. It's not Allah who did that. It's me. The one who made this map is God himself. Secondly, even the calculation is wrong. We can do it, and the only way to make it correct, actually, according to them, is to have the earth to be flat. Same time, when a Muslim he speak about the location of the Kaaba. Just today, I was making a video about how the Kaaba is in the worst location. Actually, today the Kaaba, by the way, is under attack by cockroaches. I don't know if you saw the video I made. So there's billions of cockroaches attacking Mecca, and the prayer now is not allowed in Mecca until they fight it. But if you go to the live broadcast of Mecca prayer, it's still going, which means this is a recorded prayer. Now, if we go in the, I will show you in the screen. If the Muslims say that the Kaaba is based perfectly by Allah, then how the Muslims explain to us that the Kaaba in the worst location ever to be? As you see here with me, this is the Kaaba is flooded by the sewage. Each time little rain come, the Kaaba will be covered by the water of the sewage. So let us say this is the golden ratio of Allah, and Allah he chose the Kaaba in the best location, and then Allah he put it in a place where the Kaaba will be always flooded and damaged. Because by the way, now the Kaaba now they put the rocks together by concrete, but before it was mud. And you know what water do to mud, right? The water would destroy the structures. So because when the mud became wet, it is strong as long as dry. But when you put too much water, the mud will become, like it became mud again, and then the Kaaba will be destroyed. So how they say to us that this is a location designed and chosen by Allah, and as we see in the screen, those who they are watching in my channel, the Kaaba is almost covered by the water, which is a dirty water. Because remember that the Mecca does not have a sewage. The Kaaba, the houses in Mecca and most of Saudi Arabia, there's no sewage. They have a poo hole. Like every house have its own hole in the yard, and then if a flood came, all the poo in the hole will fly in the top of the water, will float as if it's a cake. And then as you see, look with me in the Kaaba picture, you will see the cake is all over around the Kaaba. So here we go. Your God Allah, he chose the Kaaba, he put it in the place which you like to be holy, and now the Kaaba is covered by poop and by dead rats and dead mice and water which is coming from a sewage and a flood. So now if imagine you hire the most expensive company to choose for you a place where this is the best place in the world. Say to them, I want the best place for my house. I am God. I want a place for my house, holy place. And then they choose this place. I mean, this engineering company, they are the worst. So if your God is the one who chose this is mean your God is an idiot. He could not choose better place. Same time, let us say for the sake of argument, Allah is the one who chose this place, and now after that he noticed that the Kaaba is flooded. Can't Allah move his finger? The Muslim, they say to us, if Allah want to fix something, he said B is going to be. Okay, Allah, say to the Kaaba, all the ground under the Kaaba go up. So when the flood come next time, the Kaaba will not be flooded. Obviously, Allah is not God. This is a silly statement.
And the golden ratio makes no sense. Christian Prince, finally, what would you say about the whole thing? I've seen so many people talk about that the Mecca that we see in the Quranic description is not the Mecca that we have today. And some others, some critics of Islam, have suggested that the actual Mecca in the Quran was at a different place, like Petra, that the Kaaba was in Petra, and so on. I don't really go very much into those theories because I don't think that there is enough proof, enough evidence that we can take to really talk about something like that firmly. But what do you think about those arguments?
Well, you see, there is a temple in Yemen, not in Petra. It's called Al-Maqqa. Al-Maqqa. And Al-Maqqa is a temple for the moon god. If you go to chapter 3, verse number 96, it says, the first sacred place appointed for mankind was at Becca. Now the Muslims, they try to say, oh, this is Becca, this is Mecca, and they say to you, because the Arab sometimes they pronounce the letter B as M, and sometimes M as B, and then sometimes Qa as Ka. So that's what I'm saying actually. Becca and Makkah is you know what the Quran here is saying, that there is a holy place, the first place where God he chose to be his temple is, and that is the moon god, is the temple of Makkah, which is in Yemen. And you go there, you will find that this is the temple of the moon god, and the one who built it, supposedly many historians they say that the one who built it is the Sabian. And Muhammad himself was called Sabian for a while. And even Muhammad, he promised the Sabian to go to heaven, which is weird because Sabian, they worship stars and planets. So
absolutely, very important point.
Yeah. So here the Sabian, they build the temple of Al-Maqqa, and Muhammad is confirming. This is why, if you remember, I showed a hadith that there's two corners. If you touch them, those two corners, they forgive your sin. Okay, why they forgive the sin? Because one of them is the Yemeni corner. Why it's Yemen? It's called Yemeni corner. The Muslim they say because it's facing Yemen. So what facing Yemen? Well, that will make it Yemeni corner. And why this corner, if you touch it, the same as the black stone, is going to forgive your sin. The Yemeni corner contain stones from the temple of Al-Maqqa in Yemen. So what they do, like the same some Christians, when they want to build a church, they bring a bones of a saint, and they put the bones in like in the structures of the church, the new church they want to build, and they build a church in the top of the bones of the saint. The Muslims, Muhammad and the Arab before him, they bring stones from Al-Maqqa, and because this is holy stones, so to make it simple, why you want to go and travel all the way to Yemen to touch those stones? We bring the stones for you. So we bring some stones from that temple, we put them in the wall of the Kaaba, and here we go, you have the temple of Makkah right next to your door. You do not need to go all the way there, and you can just practice your pagan religion right here in Mecca. So Mecca is a copy of Al-Maqqa.
A hadith even says that that when the companions of Muhammad went down to Yemen for some conquest or to invite people to Islam, there was a temple called Kaaba. That's literally what the hadith says, and the hadith goes further on saying that a companion of Muhammad went ahead and burnt the temple down and dismantled it, which is ironic because the Kaaba that we call Kaaba today is also a Kaaba. So it's very much the same thing. It's a mystery how Islam got away with that, and you see in the Islamic sources themselves that there is that there is such a thing. Such a relation between the Kaaba that we have today in Mecca and the Kaaba that was apparently also in Yemen.
There was 26
so
Kaaba. There was 26 Kaaba actually, you know, in the Arabian Peninsula, and even the Muslims they agree about that. So every Kaaba, like the Kaaba is simply a mall. Kaaba is not something special. It's a mall where people they place their idols around it, and even the Muslims agree around the Kaaba there was 360 idols. And people they go there to buy and sell. It's a business place, same time it's a religious place. So there's 26 Kaaba, and every town have their own Kaaba, and they bring stones from a holy stone. If you, I don't know if you know about this hadith. As an example, a Muslim, very well-known Muslim, said, and before Islam, we used to worship stones, and if we could not find a stone, even like if we find a, let us say, I will read the hadith. This is Sahih Bukhari. It says, we used to worship stones, and when we found a better stone than the first one, we would throw the first one and take the later. But if we could not get a stone, now look at the rituals. They create and own a stone by rituals. If we could not find a stone which is better than the one to worship, we would collect some earth, i.e. soil, and bring a sheep and milk the sheep over it and perform tawaf around it. You see tawaf? So tawaf is something they do long before Islam, have nothing to do with Muhammad, have nothing to do with Abraham, have nothing to do even with the existence of the Kaaba. They make a stone from dirt and milk. They mix it together, and they make a shape of a rock, and then they go around it doing tawaf. Mean going around it. This is what tawaf means. So this is what the Arab do always, and nothing new. And Muhammad, he just copy exactly what was before him.
Absolutely, this is a very important point, especially to the Muslims who are watching, or to the Muslims who are going to watch. This is a hadith that Christian Prince just read for us. It says very explicitly. It describes very explicitly that in pre-Islamic Arabia, people used to worship stones, and people used to take stones and replace their existing stones with better stones, and then perform the tawaf around them. Tawaf means the thing that Muslims do nowadays, circling around the Kaaba. This is a very clear pre-Islamic practice. I explained all of this Kaaba story in a video that I made before, which is the most watched video on my channel, which is called The Truth About the Kaaba, in which I also tell you that the tawaf is a practice that had nothing to do with Christianity or with Judaism. That didn't exist in those religions at all. The stone that we have, the black stone at the Kaaba, and the Kaaba itself, are also two elements that are very important in pre-Islamic pagan religions and cultures. They have also nothing to do with Judaism and Christianity. And a regular Muslim is never told about this, but when you go into this, you will find out that these practices indeed come from pre-Islamic paganism. So with all of this taken into consideration, when you look at these sources, and when you use your head only a little bit, not even too much, you will see that Islam basically evolved out of pre-Islamic paganism, adopted some Christian and Jewish practices, and then started selling itself as an Abrahamic religion, as the true Abrahamic religion. But it is completely based on pre-Islamic Arab pagans and their rituals.
Muhammad, he copy, Muhammad, he copy from here, from there. Muhammad, he tried to make, as an example, in the beginning, Muhammad, he don't have something called Ramadan. So what Muhammad used to do? Muhammad, he was looking around him, and everybody have a fasting except him. So he decided to have fasting, like the Christian have fasting, the Jews have fasting. So how come the pagan have fasting? So he need a fasting day. So he decided to come with the fasting. So he was, he look around him. Some hadith they say that he copied from the Jews Ashura. Some they say he copied from the pagans. So the pagan used to fast Ashura, and even Muhammad, he said that the one who fasts Ashura, Allah will forgive his sin for the last year which passed. This is how important it is. Just if you fast Ashura. And now if you ask the Muslim, do you fast Ashura? Muslim, they say no. Okay, how this fasting was so important to Muhammad, to the point if you fast in that day, will forgive all your sin for the last year. They say to you, because at that time Muhammad, he did not have Ramadan yet. So we replace Ramadan, we replace Ashura by Ramadan. Okay, well, if you are saying to me that one day fasting is going to forgive the sin of all the year, that means this day is better than Ramadan. Because if you fast the whole month of Ramadan, you will not have your sin forgiven for the past year. But if you fast this day, your sin is forgiven for the whole past year. But here you will notice Muhammad, he was trying just to make an excuse to accept this fasting, to make it as his fasting. And when he found something better, the same as the hadith about the stones, we find better stones, we leave the stone before it and we go to the new stone. Here Muhammad, he found Ashura is a way to make himself look like a prophet, and then he liked Ramadan better, and because this is what the Sabian they do. So he wanna be hypocrite as a Sabian. So he told them, okay, Sabian, I will do what you do. You fast Ramadan, I will fast Ramadan. The Sabian they do ablution. Okay, we will do ablution like the Sabian. Exactly the same. So Muhammad, he copied everything he have from somebody. Nothing he have. The only thing Muhammad is his own fabrication is verses in the Quran about sex or money. So like Muhammad wanna sleep with women, he make verse says any woman she wanna give her vagina to the prophet so he can sleep with her. That is Muhammad fabrication. But most of the rest, as an example, the flying carpet of Sulaiman, this is from the Legend of the Jews. The Seven Sleepers, this is a story written by the Christians, fiction story. The Christian, they wrote it just as an example how the Christians are persecuted and one day they will be victorious. The story of Alexander the Great, how he found the sun sitting in murky water. This is a fiction story written by a Syrian writer who is speaking about the real figure, which is Alexander the Great, but the story itself is a fiction, that he went all the way and he found the sun sitting in the murky water, and then Muhammad, he adopted all those stories and he put them in the Quran, and he claimed that he received those from his God.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the clarification. I want to take two more super chats. MKC420 said, thanks AP, keep up the good work. Thank you so much for the super chat. And Oscar Begol said, wasn't Muhammad a victim of Satan himself when he flirted and married Zainab? Because the hadith says Satan is the third when a man and a woman are together. Very good point. I don't think we have to go very much into this, but a hadith indeed says that if a woman and a man are together, which refers to an unmarried couple that could get married, then the third of them is Satan. But Muhammad was also alone with Zainab, according to biographies of Muhammad, and Zainab was the wife of his adopted son, and then he ended up marrying the wife of his adopted son. So it appears he was very much the victim of what he himself said. We could also see this as Muhammad packing his insecurities into the hadith, into his preachings to his own audience. So when Muhammad saw that something was not really good for society, but it happened to him, he apparently included this in the hadith. And along with that, we also have so many weird teachings, like that a woman approaches and retires in the shape of Satan, and so on. Very good point, Oscar Begol. Thank you so much. I would say, Christian Prince, that we stop here at this point. We have talked for about 1.5 hours. It was a very, very great live chat. You have made very great points. I think there is so much in this live chat that Muslims can take out of, and that they can go on to and think further about their own religion and discover that there is something wrong with Islam. You have made very great points. I appreciate that so much. So thank you again for joining, Christian Prince.
Thank you very much for having me.
Do you have any last words to our audience?
I say to everybody who is listening, anything I say to you, or I don't know, Apostle Prophet, if we say something to you, check it out. If it's not true, laugh at us. If it's not true, laugh at us. Here we go. We show on the screen all the reference. We show you that this is what happened, and you cannot run away. You can call us names. You can say whatever you want, but you cannot get away from what is in the screen. This is your books. This is your reference. It's not us who print it. It's not us who reserve it. It's not us who copy it by heart, and it's not us who brought it to you. It's in there, but you did not read it, and now we are sharing it with you. So don't be upset from what we share with you. This is your cult. Live with it. Thank you very much for having me, my friend.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks again. I will be back very soon with a dedicated video, probably this week. I'm still trying to recover from my little health.
All right, guys, we are done with the Apostate Prophet. I hope we have a good time. We're still here. We are not done. I am with you. I notice how the Muslims are funny in their questions in the text, but nobody can answer anything. I mean, we talk about tomato, they talk about potato. We talk about tomato, they talk about potato. You ask the Muslim why Muhammad, he said, fast Ashura. They do not know. I mean, why? How if you fast one day is equal to the whole year, and your sin is forgiven? That will not, doesn't make sense. And why now you don't fast it no more? I mean, this is very important. One day, just one day, I will do sin for the whole year, sleeping around, having whatever, having sex with the goat and her girlfriends, and then after that I fast Ashura and I'm clean. That's it. I mean, this is fantastic. I wish all religion they have that. That's wonderful, my friend. You do not even need to take a shower. You do all the garbage you want in the world, and then you fast Ashura and you are done. Yeah. So how this is now is abolished? How this is suddenly became not important? We have Muhammad Mustafa. He is there. He is saying never. How are you, Muhammad Mustafa? Call me Muhammad Mustafa and explain to me this hadith. How your prophet saying that if you fast in this day will forgive your sin all the year before, and this is something the pagan used to fast. What do you say? Any Muslim? My Skype is open. Feel free to call me if you wish. Who is a Muslim and explain to us? And here we go. Muhammad, he come with Ramadan. He learned from the Sabian, and suddenly Ashura is not important. So now let us fast Ashura. Sorry, let us fast Ramadan. Look, you like your God. He is not sure what to fast. And Muhammad is looking for a religion. Which one is better? The Prophet said, the fast of the day of Ashura, for indeed I anticipate that Allah will forgive the sin of the year before it. Explain to me how this happened. I'm going to have all kind of sin for the coming year. I'm not worried about it no more. I will fast the day of Ashura a year from now. Actually, who want to explain to us what Ashura? Somebody is asking in the text, what is Ashura? Who want to tell us? They don't know, because they stole the name. They have no idea what the name means. They do not know what Ramadan is about. They do not know what Ashura is about. They do not know what Mecca is about. They do not know what the Quran is about. Allah knows best. This is the answer, the very famous answer Muslims they give us. Allah knows best, my friend. We have somebody trying to call. Let us see. Answer, Abdul, answer. Do you hear me, Abdul?
Yes, Abdul.
All right, Abdul. So why if you fast in Ashura, Allah will forgive the sin of 1 year?
Why not?
No, tell me why.
No.
Don't tell me why not. Tell me why. I mean, what you did. If a guy he did not eat for a few hours, that is equivalent for all the sin you did in a year before.
Because Allah is merciful. He wants to forgive.
So I will go and rape women. I will go and rape women, and I will go and rape children, and I will go and kill and steal and do all kind of sin. And then what I do, I fast for 8 hours, and that will wipe my sin. Where is the wisdom? This is merciful, or this is a joke?
Where he said it?
It says in front of you. It says, forgive the sin of the year before it. All the sin. The sin. What is sin? Isn't it killing as a sin? Isn't it rape is a sin? Oh, I forgot you are a Muslim. Raping and killing is not sin for you.
Did Allah see the punishment of killing? Or
my friend, it says forgive the sin. That's it. The sin is forgiven. The sin, all the sin is forgiven all the year. Not one sin, not two sin. The sin of a year. It's in front of us. You are lying, my friend. Read it.
He didn't say rape, because in the verse of
so what he will forgive you? Okay, guys, didn't say rape. Didn't say rape. It says sin. It says sins. The sins you commit last year. What people they commit sin? Give us the list. Like what? Like what? You sneeze? You ate your boogers? What is the sin which Allah will forgive you for the last year? What exactly? Give us a list of the sin.
It's Allah. It's up to Allah to
So how you
decide
know?
what-
As long it's up to Allah, why you contradict yourself? A second ago you said to me it's not rape. So how you say it's not up to us? It's up to Allah now. Here we go. Allah he said the sin of the past year is gone. I will wipe it off for you. Who are you? He did not say some of the sin. Did he say some? Did he say some? He said the sin, all the sin.
Allah.
So Allah will forgive the sin of the year before it, all the sin of the year before it. He did not say some of the sins will be forgiven. He said the sin. That's it. It's an open apology for all the sin you have. Allah will wipe your sin out from your book.
And it's Allah who knows it.
Allah is all knowing. Your God is not all knowing. We spoke about many times. We told you and we showed you that Allah he said women have a sperm coming from their ribs, and this is cannot be from God all knowing. How God is all knowing? He said women have a sperm coming from their ribs. Explain to me.
Explain to me why you worship Jesus who killed by his creation. Is this a good for you?
That's a good point. So you are saying to me if Jesus was not killed by his creation, he should be God, correct?
Yes.
Okay, well that means Jesus in Islam is God, because in Islam the creation of Jesus were not able to kill Jesus. Do you see how foolish you are? So now you as a Muslim you should worship Jesus as God and spit at Muhammad. Your logic is clear. You no, don't take it back. You are the one who said that. You said if Jesus is God, how he can be killed by his creation? I said to you, so if he was not able to be killed by his creation, he will be God. You said yes. Okay. Well, in Islam, the creation of Jesus were not able to kill him, so Jesus must be God according to Islam.
My friend, this is your
You
understanding.
don't speak in your nose. You are the one who said that. You are the one. Everybody heard you. Everybody is laughing. It's you who said to me how you can worship Jesus. How many times I need to repeat it? Why Muslims are my friend? Let us fast Ashura now. Let us fast Ashura. So my sin and your sin will be forgiven. What you did, what the sin you think Allah will forgive you? What the sin Allah will forgive to you in the last year if you fast Ashura? Give me the list. Like what? You stole candies from the grocery store? What is the sin Allah will forgive you for the last year if you do Ashura?
It's Allah to decide, not you. Because
This is not a
Allah
question.
didn't-
You see, no, it's yes, Allah decide already. Allah he said the sin. It's you who decided that. It's not all the sin. So as long you are the one who made decision, then you tell me what is the sin will be forgiven.
It is Allah to decide.
So why how you see you keep saying to me Allah to decide, but Allah he said the sin, all the sin. He didn't say some of the sin. Did you see there it says some of the sin?
all the sin that he decide.
I can't even hear you, man. Go on. Let the man of the house call me. Let your mom call me. Do you see how stupid? Don't call me. Don't call me. That's it. That's it. I don't want to waste my time on you. That's it. I can't even hear you properly. It's up to Allah. It's up to Allah. It's up to Allah. Hey, Allah, He said to you, I forgive the sin of the past year. We got that. All the news, fake news. It's up to Allah. Why you are calling me Abdul? Are you going to tell me what is the list of the sin I will forgive you or not?
Why did Jesus worship one God and you worship three gods?
Here we go. Here. You can't even answer me about your religion. Why you talk about something you don't understand?
Jesus worship.
Okay, I want to show you. I want to show you something in the Quran. I want to show you something in the Quran. Does the Quran says that those who don't worship Jesus they are kuffar?
Show me this. Why your God? Why Jesus worship the Father and you worship?
Well, we believe in the Trinity. The Son he speak to the Father. Your God when he worship. Muhammad Hijab he says Allah he pray. Muhammad Hijab he said Allah he pray. Allah he pray to who? Jesus he pray to the Father. You Muslims your Allah pray to who? To his Father? Huh?
Why Jesus worship?
Answer. Jesus, I answered you. Jesus he pray to the Father. You Muslims your God Allah he pray to who?
Did Jesus worship three gods?
I just answered you. Jesus he prayed to the Father. So your God Allah, what's wrong with you? I answered you. Jesus he prayed to the Father. We believe in the Trinity. We believe in the Trinity, Abdul. Your God, he pray on Muhammad. He pray to who?
Go to Ibn Kathir. You will explain
Go to Ibn Kathir. Go to Ibn Kathir. What
Yes.
Ibn Kathir will do? You remember last time I showed you Ibn Kathir, you don't accept it? Huh?
Ibn Kathir.
Okay, hold on.
Explain this
If I
verse.
show you Ibn Kathir, if I show you Ibn Kathir, are you willing to accept what Ibn Kathir will say, which is going to get you Muslim busted?
Can I answer?
Yes, can you answer? Yeah. Are you going to accept Ibn Kathir? Do you promise me?
Yes. In
Okay.
this verse, Ibn Kathir
Last time,
say that Allah-
yesterday you told me yes. You remember? Yesterday you told me yes. If I show you Ibn Kathir, and then when I show it to you, you run away.
I agree
When
with
I show
all
it to
of
you, when I show it to you about Adam will not, Adam did not forget. You know, you
I
you
agree
ran
with
away.
you.
You went to At-Tabari. You went to At-Tabari. You remember?
You both-
So now listen. If I show you from Ibn Kathir, do you swear by Allah you will not swallow your tongue?
I agree, yes.
No,
Go to Allah.
swear by Allah. Swear by Allah that you will not swallow your
I don't-
tongue. And I say, huh?
I agree. I don't need to swear.
Why you do not need to swear? That will make it more fun. You know, why
I
not?
know.
Which
I
verse?
agree.
Which
What-
verse you
what
want
you
me?
don't want-
Which verse you want me to show you so we can laugh together? The verse of Muhammad hijab.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let us see.
Ibn Kathir. Ibn
Okay,
Kathir
okay,
explain
okay.
This verse and say,
No problem.
and he say, Allah pray, and the angels,
All right,
the
all right.
actions of Allah.
Okay,
angels
okay.
are
Let us see.
different.
Let us see. Ibn Kathir. Let us laugh together. 33:56.
I will love to you.
Okay. Because Ibn Kathir will get your prophet busted, Abdul. You Muslims, you have
He
no
will-
idea.
he will
Okay, let us see.
you- but
In a few seconds, we will see how that happened.
He will expose you.
All right.
Because the Christian missionary, he always lies after lie after lie. He didn't stop to lie.
Yeah, you know, I heard the Christian missionary saying Muhammad was a good guy. I agree with you. This guy was working for the devil, obviously. This is Ibn Kathir. Do you see the screen? Do you see Ibn Kathir? Do you see Ibn Kathir?
Wait a second. Which verse is this?
You are the one who told me. You don't even know the verse we are talking about, don't you?
I know, just the screen, I don't see it.
Why you don't see it? Guys, is the screen showing? It's showing.
Okay.
Okay.
Go to the first verse. where
What
it
the
says-
word Salah mean? According to Ibn Kathir.
Go to the first verse.
What
Go
first
to-
verse? Okay, what first
Go
verse?
to up.
What
The verse where he says,
what is the first verse you want? What verse?
no, the verse that إن الله وملائكته يصلون.
It's until now is not showing in the page. Here we go. I'm looking for it. Let us see. Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi. Where is the verse? وصلى الله على
56.
محمد. Here we go. وصلى الله على محمد.
No,
Read
the
with me.
verse of the Quran. 50,
The verse from the Quran. Okay, here we go. The verse from the Quran. Unbelievable. It's chapter 33, verse number 56. Here we go. Okay. Read it for me. Read it. Let us laugh.
I don't see it. Which?
Chapter 33, verse number 56. This is your Muslim translation.
I go to Tafsir Ibn Kathir, not the.
I was there. You told me go to the Quran. What's wrong with you? I was in a Ibn Kathir page. Which one you want?
The first page of this
Okay,
verse.
okay. First of all, read the Quran for me. What it says here in the Quran. Explain to us what's happening.
Ibn Kathir, in this verse, he see that Allah he praise. It is not prayer, praise, and the angels.
Praise,
send-
guys. Allah, He
send-
praise. What praise mean? What praise mean?
Praise, he sends praise.
Okay, praise. What praise mean? What the word praise
Go
mean?
to just
No, you tell me first. You just told me Allah He praise. What the praise mean? What does that mean?
praise.
So you are saying to us that God he praised a man, not the man he praised the God of Islam? Are you saying to me that the God of Muhammad he praised Muhammad?
Okay, are you saying Allah he will kill?
I am not saying it's you
Muhammad?
who say it. Don't say are you, don't start saying are you saying. I am saying it's you who said to me Allah he praised Muhammad. Did you say that or not?
Yes.
Okay.
There is no problem
What do you
with that.
what do you
If
mean by
love
praise?
someone, you
What the word
praise him.
praise what the word praise mean? What the
love-
word
you love-
praise mean, my friend? Explain to me what the word when you
love
say Allah praise
is
what?
love.
Huh?
Love. It is love. Send his love.
Praise means send his love?
Yes.
I never heard of this before. Guys, the word praise send his love.
Yes.
Okay, so your God and the angels they are sending love to Muhammad. Mwah, mwah, Muhammad, mwah, Valentine Day. Are you saying that?
Are you stupid or what?
Well, you are the one who's saying to me that. Isn't it you who just said to me Allah and the angels send his love?
Did Jesus love you? Loves you or
Don't
not?
change the
Are you
topic
saying-
of Jesus. As you're saying to me, God, He is sending His love to Muhammad.
What's the problem with that?
Well, the
Are you
problem
saying
that
Jesus
Muhammad
that-
became God because if
This is
God,
problem.
if God praising Muhammad, that's mean He is God. That's mean Muhammad is God.
No, my friend. Did
My,
Jesus say love?
Abdul,
love
who
you?
is the one? Do your God praise you?
Yes.
Where? Show me. Your God, He praise you.
He loves me.
He loves you. No, this isn't. It says you said to me, He praised you.
Yes, which means he loves me because Allah
Abdul,
he
Abdul,
loves me.
let us get you busted. Let
Definition.
us get you busted. Shut up, shut up. Look, it says Allah and His angels. This is the Muslim translation. In Arabic, it says yusallun. What yusallun mean? Give me the word. Be
Are
honest.
you
What the
better
what?
than Ibn Kathir? Are you better
Well,
than
let me ask you: Are you
understand
better
more
than better than Ibn Kathir yesterday when you asked me about Adam? Are you better than him?
I agree with him. He exposed you.
He agree with me, you idiot, and this is why you run away. You refused to read it. You said to me, "Go to At-Tabari."
No.
You forgot?
It is you who stopped the car.
Okay. Do you
You
want
don't want
do you want me to go there again and force you to read?
Go to Ibn Kathir, know about this verse.
Oh, what
Before
about the verse
jump-
yesterday? Okay, here we go. We will go to Ibn Kathir about this verse. Let us love together. This is Ibn Kathir
will
about.
love-
Hold on. This is Ibn Kathir. Hold on. Okay. This is Ibn Kathir about this verse. وصلى الله على محمد. Read with me carefully. Read for me.
I have in my page Ibn Kathir. He say that the action of Allah is different the actions of the angel. The salat of Allah is praise, and the salat of the angels is sending supplications. So the actions of Allah is different from the actions of angels.
So the same word used for
is
both. The same word used for both. So
Yes.
you Muslim, you try to fabricate. You say, okay, both of them they do salah, but the salah of the angel are different from the salah of the Quran. Does your prophet says that, or does your prophet says that? No, this is your fabrication. Salah mean pray. So you just admitted that Ibn Kathir he agree that the word salah means supplication, correct?
No.
It's you who said that a
Ibn
second
Kathir-
ago.
Can I answer?
Yeah,
Ibn
go.
Kathir said, "Salat for Allah is salat for Allah is praising."
Okay. Let me ask you. So according to the verse, Allah he did salah on Muhammad. What does that mean? He sent a blessing.
According to Ibn Kathir, he said praise.
Praise. Okay. And the angels they are asking Allah for what?
For supplication.
For what?
There is a difference.
For what? To do what?
Asking Allah supplication. They are asking supplication to send blessings to Muhammad.
I mean, look how stupid you guys are. If Allah already he praised him, you ask him for more? Is that like a rice? We want more rice, Allah. Allah send more rice, Allah. Allah more sugar. I mean, your God Allah already he blessed him and he praised him. So what do you mean the angels are asking Allah for more? Are you stupid people? Is your God is God, or is your God is God, or he is a vendor? You know, we make a request for more. What more mean? If your God already blessed Muhammad, what more blessing will do? No, explain to me. If Allah blessed Muhammad already, what more blessing will do?
Now you change the question. Why
I
you
am not
change the question?
changing. It's you who said that to me, that when the angels they pray, it's supplication to Allah to send more. When Allah he pray, he is sending a blessing. That's wonderful. Okay, Allah he sent a blessing already. The angels are asking Allah for more blessing. Why?
Why Ibn Kathir didn't say that Allah pray?
I am going with
And
Ibn Kathir. I'm going with Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir is being, is getting you busted because you just say that Ibn Kathir says that the word salah is for both, for the angels and for Allah, but the action of Allah is different. Hold on, shut up. You said that they are asking say plenty of salah upon him on Friday and every Friday. So Allah is asking the angels to send salah upon him on Friday and every Friday. Okay, why the angels they have to make a Friday prayer on Muhammad and every Friday? Why?
Because it's a command from God.
Okay, so are you saying that the blessing of Allah expired every 7 days, so we need to ask Allah for more prayer on Muhammad, otherwise the previous blessing will be expired? Muhammad is dead already.
I didn't say that.
What the blessing of a dead man will do?
It is benefit for the believers.
No, it's benefit. It's benefit. No. Hold on. It's a benefit for the believer. So you are saying to me, by asking Allah for a blessing for Muhammad, you get a benefit, correct?
What?
You just said by praying to Allah to send the blessing on Muhammad, you receive a benefit, correct?
Yes, because you
Thank you very much.
What Allah commanded.
Wonderful,
So
because you obey Allah. Okay, so what now what we do in order to get blessing for us, we ask Allah for blessing for Muhammad. So Muhammad became the meditator, and he is the source of a blessing. In order to get a blessing from Allah, we fool Allah. We say, Allah, hey, send the blessing to Muhammad so we can get the blessing too. So you Muslims are a bunch of hypocrites. So you are saying to me, hold on. You are saying to me, you are not doing a prayer on Muhammad because you like Muhammad, but because you want to get the benefit of the blessing. You use Muhammad, you use Allah. Allah, he said, bless Muhammad so I can. Okay, hold on. You just made it clear. Muhammad here is like is used and abused by you. Muhammad, he make you worship him as God. He says to you, okay, if you want to receive a blessing, ask for a blessing for me. This is what you said.
Can I answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I explain?
Okay.
There is if you want to get blessing, you can ask Allah directly without Muhammad. There is another specific blessings if you because Allah command you. If you ask Allah blessings for Muhammad, so you get more rewards. But you can get blessings without Muhammad. So don't twist it.
Okay, hold on. Let's go here. In the same page of Ibn Kathir, it says that Allah forbidden Muhammad. He said, Allah forbidden the earth from consume the bodies of the Prophet. Do you agree with Ibn Kathir?
Where is this?
Ibn Kathir, the same page we are reading from.
Show me.
إن الله حرم على الأرض أن تأكل أجساد الأنبياء. Do you agree?
I don't see it. Wait. Some
people see it. Why you don't see it?
It's a different time. Difference in time.
Okay. Well, I told you to it in Arabic, so you have no choice to say it's not there. Anyway, you know the hadith. So do you agree with this?
Yes, I agree.
All right. So your prophetic claim that even when he is dead, is he dead or is alive now?
Physically he is dead, but spiritually he is alive.
Okay. So when Muhammad is dead, why the earth will not eat his body? Isn't it the Quran says وَكُلٌّ مَنْ عَلَيْهَا فَانٍ, everybody in the top of it is going to be destroyed? So how Muhammad, his body is going to be preserved?
Here he didn't say all the prophets. It depends on the prophet.
Okay, so
He didn't
Muhammad,
say
but so Muhammad himself, his body will preserve, correct?
No, he talked about the spiritual body, not physical body.
The spiritual body. Abdul, it says body. Have you ever heard of a spiritual body? Are you stupid or what?
Yes, yes,
It says
yes.
body. Ashad, ashad, ashad. You speak Arabic? You claim you speak Arabic, right? It says ashad.
Yes.
Ashad mean physical body, not spiritual.
It can be mean also.
It can be
spiritual
no.
body.
It cannot be. It cannot be. Don't play games. It says bodies. So your prophet, he claimed that the ground will not consume the flesh of a prophet. Do you agree with that or not?
Is this a hadith or a commenter?
This is Ibn Kathir, the page you told me. I don't know. I have no idea. You are the one who told me to go to Ibn Kathir. I have Ibn Kathir in front of me, and you said you accept, you swear, you accept whatever you say.
So what is the problem with this?
My friend, I want an answer. Don't tell me what is the problem. Always when you hold a Muslim from his tail, he starts saying to you, "What's the problem? What is that? What's your point?" I am asking you, do you agree or you don't agree? Do you agree or you don't?
Agree about what?
Huh?
Agree about what?
Agree about what? So what I'm repeating for you the question for many time. Do you agree that the body of the prophet will not be consumed after death? Yes or no?
He will be concerned.
He will be concerned. So anyone who say the opposite is a liar, right?
No, he can't change his statement because here he didn't. He is not the prophet who see it.
Is not what?
It's not the prophet who see this. Who see that?
This is not the question.
Because
This is not the question. You agree that the prophet body is going to be consumed? Yes or no?
yes.
Yes. Okay, guys. He said the prophet body will be consumed. So if Muhammad he said the opposite, is a liar. So why you are saying Ibn Kathir, you agree with him? Ibn Kathir is the one who's saying that. Ibn Kathir is the one saying
Kathir,
that Allah, he forbid the earth to consume the body of the prophet. Allah forbid the earth to consume the body of the prophet.
he may be is wrong.
So okay, he is maybe wrong. Okay, what about your prophet? Is he wrong too?
No, the prophet is not wrong.
Okay, because the prophet he said the same. Here we go. Now let us see what you will do. You will run away. You said, you see, you are the one who said you accept Ibn Kathir. When we show you something funny about Ibn Kathir, you said I don't accept it, he's wrong. Now what you will say, you will say Muhammad is wrong. This is a hadith and this is sahih. Even Muhammad he claimed that you have to pray on me. You see, you Muslim, you say that the word salah does not mean praying to Muhammad. But as you see, it's a proving that this is a prayer you made to Muhammad. Read with me carefully what the hadith is saying.
Wait, I don't see it. Wait. This is from Bukhari?
I don't care from where. Just tell me now, what do you think? Later we will tell you from where. You said this is wrong. Everybody heard you. Are you going to change? You will swallow your tongue again. How you say that we ask Allah, we send the prayer to Allah, but your prophet saying no, you send the prayer to me. All your prayer will be supplicated to me. Read it. So the prayer you make is not for Allah, it's for your God Muhammad.
Show me the Arabic one.
Show me the Arabic one. How much you pay to show you? I am the same like your prophet. The prophet says, if you want to see the prophet in private, if you want to see the prophet in private, you want to speak to him in private, you have to give him alms. How much alms you will give me?
Just do whatever sin.
How much alms you will give me to show you to you in Arabic? I am like Muhammad. I want to do business now. What kind of a prophet?
I will dive
He will not answer you unless you
into-
pay him. I will be nice for you this time, but next time I will charge you. Here we go. This is in Arabic.
I
It
will
says,
dive
you know, قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. Let me read for you in Arabic because your Arabic is funny, you Moroccan boy. إن من أفضل أيامكم يوم الجمعة فأكثروا علي من الصلاة فيه فإن صلاتكم معروضة علي. قال فقالوا يا رسول الله وكيف تعرض صلاتنا عليك وقد أرمت؟ قال يقولون بليت. قال إن الله تبارك وتعالى حرم على الأرض أجساد الأنبياء صلى الله عليه وسلم. Translate if you are a man. Be brave. Let us laugh together at this cult.
So what's the problem with that?
What the problem? What the problem? You say to me, we supplicate to Allah. The hadith says, no, you don't supplicate to Allah. Or when you say, pray, oh Allah, pray to Muhammad, you are praying to Muhammad. And the prayer will be submitted to Muhammad, not to Allah. So how Muhammad is dead, and the Muslim ask him, how we will pray, and our prayer will be submitted to you, but you will be dead. How this would happen? Read carefully. They said to him, how can our blessing, by the way, this is the first translation, it doesn't say blessing, it says salat. How our salah be submitted to you when your body is decayed, which means because you're dead. He said, Allah has forbid the earth from consuming the body of the prophet. So your prophet claim that all the prayer of you make is going to come to him in the grave and submit it to him.
What if I
Guys, we might lose electricity. We have a very crazy storm. Oh boy.
There is another hadith that explains this.
What is that? If we lose electricity, Abdul, are you going to answer or not? Do you hear the thunder?
There is another hadith that explains this.
Okay, guys, just go. There's a hadith explain this, and then we read the other hadith. Guys, a hadith will explain the hadith. They explain the hadith. Give me the hadith. Send it to me so we can laugh. I will give you 10 hours to send it to me. The man is dead in the grave, and he claimed that your prayer will be submitted to him. And yet you claim, you lie to us. You say, Allah he pray for, not to. The fact all the prayer is praying for Muhammad, to Muhammad, for the benefit of Muhammad. All the prayer you do is going to be sent for your God Muhammad. Let us hope we will not lose electricity. Very strong wind. Actually, I like the sound of the wind. Do you hear it? Man, the wind is going crazy. I hope no tree will fail in my place. What is that? Wow. Man, the trees is moving like crazy. Oh boy. Anyway, better than having an invasion of cockroaches like what happened to Mecca today. You know? At least we don't have cockroaches. Allah protect no one. He can't protect his Muhammad. Muhammad, he died, by the way. The liar Muhammad, he told them that the body of the prophets will not be consumed, will not be decay when they die. And then this is why the Muslim did not bury him for 3 days after that. And then Ibn Abbas, he said to them, bury your friend, faqad antan, you know, he is stinking. Your friend is stink, bury him. 3 days the Muslim did not bury Muhammad because of this hadith, because he told them, he lied to them, he said to them that prophets, their body will not be consumed. So they said to themselves, why would we bury him? Even what they understand from this too, not only the earth cannot decay, cannot even swallow it. so we have to keep it outside. It's going to stay as a miracle. So the Muslims did not bury him for 3 days, and then his belly became full of fart. You see, when a person he die, and he, especially if he ate like before he died, the food in the stomach, will start making gas, and then his belly will grow and grow and grow, and then he start farting. So Muhammad, he died. They did not bury him for 3 days because of this. What he said to them, don't worry, be happy. If I die, my body will not be decay. So, you know, he's claiming to be like his Jesus. He will come back from death. And now we ask him, you see, he is the one who said to me, go to Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir, he mentioned the same story. And now he don't like Ibn Kathir no more. Ibn Kathir is wrong. This is the game the Muslims they play. They jump from place to place to place to place. It's like a zoo. Well done. Okay, guys, we have a person. He gave us donation, Billy. Well done, $10. Man, if well done $10, what if I make it burned? How much is going to be? Thank you for those who make donation. Well done, well done, my friend. Everything we do is well done, everything, and that's why the Muslims, they are in chaos. Did you notice how many Muslims left Islam just last month? Isn't it every day an average of 2, sometimes even more, leave Islam? I don't know how many to count. And not only that, this is beside those are live on air. This is not the one. I did not count those who would send me messages in Skype saying we want to leave Islam. So it is not only well done, it's beyond well done. Islam is very stupid, and this is what we arm you with. So they cannot lie to you, they cannot lie to your kids, and they cannot fool you no more. Now, who's a Muslim wanna call us? Somebody he is honest at least for a second. Yeah, sure. I will post the link. Actually, sometime the admin, and by the way, this is Sahih Hadith. You cannot say this is weak, huh? You know the game. You know Sahih weak, vitamin A, B, D, C. You know they cannot play this game. But anyway, even this one is Sahih. I will not be surprised if a year from now they will say it's weak. All those hadith, they were Sahih for centuries, and when we start getting them busted, they start saying it's weak, it's weak, it's weak, 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 weak. Oh boy. Don't call Zakir Naik. I cannot call Zakir Naik no more. He get a restriction order from the court and not to call him no more. You know, because he said that's you know, he's very handsome. There's one of you, I don't know if you know the channel of Unmasking the Fool. He made a video of Zakir Naik. I'm calling him. Go watch it. It's a cartoonic video. It's very funny. Zakir Naik was singing I am sexy and I know it. Abrogation verses. Okay, hold on. You see, the Muslims, they have something funny just to cover the madness of the Quran being corrupt. So they say to you, there's verses abrogated by recitation, but not by practice. I mean, what is the wisdom of such a thing? Abrogated by recitation, but not by practice. As long you will practice it, how you can practice something you cannot recite? I mean, shouldn't we have the law so we can follow the law? What is the wisdom if the law is still into existence and you say to me we abrogate the recitation but not the practice? Simply all what happened, they do not know the recitation anymore. There's many contradiction, so they decide to leave the recitation and to keep what they are sure from, which is the practice. Otherwise, why you want to say to me, or as an example, this hadith here, the hadith about the goat. Every Muslim knew that the stoning to death verse was in the Quran, and the 10 times breastfeeding for adult was in the Quran. Okay, and now they say to us, look in this hadith, that the 10-time breastfeed for adult is abrogated by 5-time reading, but 5-time breastfeeding. Where we can find the 5-time? Where we can find the verse which abrogate the first verse. So now we cannot find the first verse, which is 10-time breastfeed for adult, and we cannot find the second verse, which abrogating the first verse by 5-time breastfeeding for adult. All of this happened because they are trying to explain why we don't have it no more. Simply, the answer is there in front of you. The goat ate it. And let us assume that this story, according to Muslims, is true. As long as the goat ate it. Okay, what about the Muslim? They say to us the Quran preserved in their chest. The goat ate the papers, did not eat the chest of the Muslims. So what about you give us the verse? You know what I mean? The goat ate the pages of the Quran. We got that. But did the goat eat Aisha too? Did the goat eat Umar? Did the goat eat Abu Bakr? What is the verse? Let us say I have a verse. It says that Jesus said, not everyone says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of my Father. And a goat ate that verse. But I know the verse. I will write it again. Simply, the story of the goat, obviously, is to cover the ass of the Muslims who they are trying to get rid of it. This is a very humiliating verse. The Prophet ordering Muslim women to give their boobs to strangers. By the way, the coming new year, Islamic New Year, I'm thinking to open a new business. It's called drive-through boobs suckling for adult. You can put your name in the side if you like to sponsor our project. It's a charity project, charity for the hungry men. A lot of men, they are like to suckle only from boobs of women. They want to remember the days when they used to be children's. We are very conservative people, my friend. We are very conservative. We force our wife to wear a burqa, but you can suck the nipples of my wife. Praise be to Allah. And by the way, there's no milk because those women, they are not even goats, my friend. They don't have milk always. You have to have a baby. So those women, they are giving their breast to do what? They suckle the nipples only. What they will suck? I want to open a project like this in Las Vegas, but sadly I don't have the money for that. I will bring some beautiful females, imported halal females, and we have like stamped tattoo. It says halal in their boobs, like next to the nipples, around the nipples. Like we put a stamp halal around the nipple, and the men, they drive it through, and they start suck it like halal. Next. Brother, what is the price for boobs today? We will put that in the stock market. You can buy stocks, boob stocks. I mean, this will explode the whole stock market idea. Imagine we have like a boobs or nipples stock. The nipples stock is going up today. Breastfeed for adult, and you are telling me this guy is a prophet? Obviously, he is a prophet. I mean, come on. And there is other hadith explain this hadith. Have you ever heard of such a garbage? You have to text me before you can call me, my friend, to avoid the stupid calls. And Abdul, when Muhammad, he ordered the woman to give her boobs to a stranger to suck it, Don't you Muslims have like a little brain to think and ask yourself what kind of a prophet he will give such an order? I mean, what is that? Since when? Since when? That is a solution for a man not to thinking about a woman in a dirty way. I never heard that men they will stop thinking dirty if a woman she show her breast. That's a magical idea actually. I mean, obviously Muhammad he invented a lot of stuff. And the funny in the story, the woman she said to Muhammad, "How I'm going to breastfeeding and he's a grown man." I wish at that time there's a camera so we can see how her face looked like. Honestly. Imagine if that time there's live broadcast and Muhammad he just said to the woman, "Give him your boobs, suckle him." The woman like her eyes will be like, "What? Huh? Huh? What? How, how I'm going to suckle him? How I can suckle him and he is a grown up man?" Isn't it obvious that your prophet is making fun of you? Actually, this is the only way, the only thing I like about Islam, to be honest with you. Sometimes I feel like I want to be Muslim right now, right here. Allah, Allah. Okay, Allah. What condition between me and you? Agreement. If I convert to Islam, how many suckling I can do a day? I will go to a Muslim country and I will put a sign. It says, "Allah promised me your suckling." And by the way, they are conservative women. They will not shake hands with me. I can only shake their boobs and suckle their boobs. We have to be honest here. Very conservative society. Be careful. Don't break the Sharia law, brother. You cannot shake hands with them. You can shake their boobs. Come on. Any Muslim? Look like somebody trying to call me. Let's see what is that. This guy is saying to me, "Son of Muta." A Muslim saying to me, "Son of Muta." Answer, answer.
La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah.
What is that? Do it again, and we will give you two boobs from Mecca. Go ahead. What is that? Why you hang up? Say it again. What is that? Why you hang up? Coward. Potato. Let us see someone else. We block this guy as long as he's a coward. He don't want to talk. An ex-Muslim. Okay, tomorrow debate with Facebook. I will call him. Okay, guys, remember tomorrow we have a guy from Nigeria. His name is Ustaz Jami'u Baganau. If I'm saying his name correctly, Ustaz in Arabic mean master. Supposedly he claimed to be a master. So tomorrow we have a brother. He will call this guy. And he will connect me with him. So we will have some fun. Let us see what will happen. So tomorrow he will call him at 4 p.m. New York time. I will be earlier for sure before he called. Somebody send me messages, says suck a breast, they are salty. Look like you're an expert, my friend. I have no idea if they are salty. Are they salty? Okay. Let us see. All right. Ask the expert. I'm sure Muhammad, he knew a lot about this. Okay. Any Muslim here would like to call us? Mayday, Mayday. Anyone? If there is ACIA can call CP. I don't know what ACIA mean. Any Muslim would like to call? But Muhammad Mustafa is busy now. He is doing suckling. There's an Egyptian TV host. She was talking to the sheikh about this. He said to her, yeah, you have to do it. So she said, are you saying to me that all those men who work with me in the studio, they have to suck my boobs? He said, yes. She said, do you know how many they work here? Oh boy. And the other woman, she asked, what if I'm going in the train? Are you saying to me everybody in the train or airplane have to suck my boobs because before I can stay with them alone? He said, yes. That's amazing. I mean, this is a very fancy religion, man. I mean, why you guys are saying, why you are saying Islam is very aggressive? This is muta. You can rent a woman in the elevator for sex. You give her $10 to take off her panty, if she is wearing panty. You know, if she is wearing panty. Usually they don't. You know, they speak too much about being conservative, but I never saw something conservative in Islam. This is why a Muslim man, by the way, he marry you if he speak to you over Skype twice. The third time he don't care even to marry you, because for them there's no marriage. It's just a contract for sex. Marriage for them is very easy, because this is why divorce is so easy too, because there's no marriage. This is just a contract sex. Halal, do it halal. All the marriage for them is a muta, is a joy for sex. So you wanna, okay, you like her, you will see it after 2 days, especially if you need papers. You know, if you need papers, after 2 minutes he will ask you to marry him. But if you do not need papers, if you need papers, even if you are 60 years old and he is 20 years old, he will marry you. You know? But if you do not need papers, he don't mind. I mean, even if you are not really good looking, he will marry you for a week or two or a month. You know, especially if you have a place to stay, you don't pay rent or etc. It's very easy. They will ask you to marry. Marry me, okay, we'll marry. Get married. Go to the mosque. Let's go to the mosque. You go to the mosque. You say in the sheikh, I'm going to f her. He say to you, do you like to f him? You say yes. Here we go. You are wife and husband now. And then after a few weeks, he will send you a text message. He says to you, you are divorced. They don't even have to go and say it to you face to face no more. They can send it to you by text message. It's approved now by Islamic scholars to divorce your wife by text message. Do we have any Abdul? No, the idea of marrying many women, because simply women is just as for the joy of sex. If you love a woman, you stay with one woman. What the point of having many? Unless you are just having a sex party. You know, the Muslim, they speak about, like, some people, they have a threesome, right? Well, Muslim, they have five some. Four wives and one man. Muhammad, actually, he used to sleep with all his wives in less than 20 minutes, supposedly, according to Muslims. Let me show you the hadith. Please with me carefully and love. We have a hero here. We have a hero who can do bang bang to all his wife. By the way, here in the translation it says in 1 hour, but the fact it doesn't say that. Sa'a in Arabic in the time of Muhammad. Now the word sa'a is equal to 1 hour 60 minutes, but at their time when you say sa'a is between 15 to 20 minutes. So look what it says. The prophet, and here look look how they saying. He said they used to visit all his wives in a round during the day and the night, and they were 11. This is not what it says. He do have sex with them. This is why after that it says how he can do that. They said he was given the power of 30 men. Power of what? Of sex. You know what I mean? This is not about he go around to visit them. He go around to F them in 1 hour, which is equal to 15 to 20 minutes. Sa'a in Arabic at that time is equal to 20 minutes maximum. So the prophet, he used to go around and he F all his wives in less than 20 minutes. In order to do that, they have to be in one room. Because if they are in, let us say here he's saying they are 11 women at that time. So if you want to go around and they are 20 minutes, well, if you take 2 minutes just to move between a house and a house or a room and a room, then that will not be enough. 20 minutes is gone. The only way to have such a sex party is to have a party, to have 11 women in the bedroom, and Muhammad is having sex with them one after one. All right. Well, somebody sent me. Oh, okay. Oh, somebody sent me a link here. Somebody, he made this channel. Let us help subscribe to this channel then. Oh, this guy, he have a lot of videos, a lot of a graphic. Look like he's very good in graphic. Let me post the link for you guys. You can subscribe to his videos, and they are funny. He used my videos to make like, you know, to make a point. But where is the video of Zakir Naik singing? I know. Zakir Naik. I think maybe this one. Yeah, here we go. Zakir Naik is sexy and he know it. Actually, I saw this movie. I was dying laughing. Guys, search for the video. Sexy and he know it. Zakir Naik, sexy and he know it. Do you see the video title? Honestly, this guy is very good because he is very good in graphic. I don't know how he did it. I don't know what software he's using, but you know, it's really okay. Sexy and he know it. Let us see. Don't call me kid. Oh, he's playing music. Yeah, this is why I will not play it here, because there's a music. I don't know if the music you can copy the link. Here we go. I will copy the link and I will share it with you. You can subscribe to his channel. All right, guys, this is a very funny video. Go watch it and have fun before you sleep. I want to say thank you for being here. May the Lord bless you. And tomorrow we are going to have supposedly a debate with the guy. He's called himself Ustaz Sheikh, whatever his name, and from Nigeria. So let us see what will happen tomorrow. I'm sure it's going to be fun. So we will open maybe an hour before the debate. I don't want to call it debate. I mean, this guy obviously do not know anything. He claimed to be a sheikh. Hold on, let me show you his picture. Let me see how this guy, who is this guy? I will search his name. Maybe we can find his name in YouTube. As long he claimed that he is teaching. Don't call me Abdul. I'm done for today. That's it. Enough kids. Ustaz. No. Oh, we did not copy the name. We have to log in Skype again. Anyway, tomorrow we will show you. We will show you his because he do live broadcast in YouTube, in Facebook actually. Yeah. Well, watch this video. Sound like it's you know, it's very funny. It's a comedy, and give it a like and subscribe to this guy. This guy, he have 108 subscriber only, but he's doing a lot of work. Actually, he deserves more of our support, right? You remember we said that when you see someone doing good work, we right away subscribe. Like, you do not need somebody to invite you to do good. He is, imagine, to make this video, actually, I wonder how much time it took him. It's 8-minute video, but I am sure it took him a lot of time. I don't know how many hours it took him to finish this video. So he spent maybe 10 hours to finish it, because he made a graphic and cartoon, and then he got 108 subscriber only. I mean, you see, we are not supporting the ones who do the work. You know what I mean? Why the Muslim, when they make something, or right away, a Muslim, when he see a Muslim video, right away he subscribe, right away he give a like, right away. We don't support each other. Like, here we go, this poor guy giving all his time and doing all this work, and 108 subscriber. If you do not work in a graphic before, if you do not know how long it take, how much work of time, it's a lot. I made a cartoon about Muhammad, took us more than 6 months to finish an 8-minute or 10-minute cartoon. 6 months, you know. So anyway, guys, I want to say thank you very much for who care if YouTube to promote or not? My friend, you promote it. Now you learned about it, you see it, you promote it. Are you going to wait for YouTube? What YouTube? YouTube, they promote Islam, they don't promote anything good. They are liberals. As simple as that. Anything you do, they say to you, you're offending Abdul. So what we can do? You cannot offend them. You can offend Christianity, you can offend anyone, but you cannot offend the Abdul. They're potatoes. All right. So watch the video, share it with your friends, and love. And with this, we say thank you guys for being here. We are done for today. May the Lord bless you, and I will see you tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow we have a debate, as we said. If we can call it a debate, a guy, he claimed that he's a big shot, and he is teaching the Abdul in Nigeria. Let us see how long he can function with us before he flip and have heart attack. And I don't think even I will understand what he's saying. But we will see. As long we have the gentleman who will translate between us. Suppose he speak English, but I'm not sure if I can understand what he's saying. But we will see anyway. Thank you very much for being here. May the Lord bless you, and I will see you tomorrow again. We'll start maybe around 3 o'clock p.m. Be with us. Christ is Lord, and Islam is false. Thank you.